interaction with everyone. Yes, Basavaraj, so you raised your hand. Okay.
You can proceed, ma'am.
Okay. So, so what is the expectation for joining in the session? Like the project training? Could you come up with some words? Anyone?
Yeah. So, team, what you can do, just introduce yourself, your name, your module, you're
Yeah,
from.
sure, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the participants. I'm asking the participants to introduce yourself so that they will come to know what all the modules trainees are joined, so that the demo session will be fruitful for everyone. So maybe the participant, could you introduce yourself, just your name, module, and how many years experience you have, your part of which country currently you are operating. Yeah, please.
Hi, this is Rangraj. I am working in a MNC company as a functional support in that SAP PP and then SAP APO PPDS. So I would like to have a knowledge in that S4 HANA of the end-to-end implementation in this part.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi team. My name is Raju. I'm presently working at MNC company as a SAP consultant,
Okay.
and I'm looking for the implementation end-to-end implementation project on the SAP Material Management.
Okay. Thank you, Raj, for sharing.
Okay. So anybody else wants to introduce yourself? We have 5 minutes more to start the demonstration.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good
Myself,
evening.
myself, Basuraj from Bangalore, from living in from Bangalore. I am working as a purchase procurement engineer from past 2 years in MNC company in Bangalore. I have want to get the knowledge about S4 HANA from the implementation to the testing, application development. Just now, I'm working in MM model as well as PP model. This is my small introduction, and I welcome all to this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I think, Purnima, we can start that. I think we have start
Okay.
time.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sharing my screen. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, visible.
Yeah. Thank you. So before going into the project, I'm going to give a brief about Mara Technologies. So like we, we with over 15 years of experience in SAP training and real-time end-to-end implementation projects, we are proud to be trusted leaders in the SAP world. So our expertise span across the multiple SAP modules like FICO, SD, PP, PM, QM, EWM, and PS. So offering not just a training but also a comprehensive job support to help you thrive in your career. So we specialize in equipping our trainees for a wide range of roles from SAP training to project management and solution architecture. So, whether you are looking to excel as a SAP consultant, a solution architect, or even a project manager, we have got you covered. So, our end to end implementation project training ensures that you gain practical hands on experience, so empowering you to take on the real world challenges confidently. So to date, we have successfully trained and placed over 7,000 ACP professionals with leading multinational companies across the globe. So additionally, we have helped more than 200 ACP project managers and over 100 solution architects to secure positions in top tier firms. So positioning them for long-term success in their careers. So we are not our commitment is not only to providing the top tier training but also ensuring the 100% job placement based on your profile and expertise. So with our SAP training and end-to-end implementation exposure, you'll be equipped with the skills, knowledges, and experience to be successful in the highly competitive SAP landscape. So that's a little brief about Mara Technologies, what we are and where we are. And so we are moving on to the trainings, what we are providing. So Srikant, sir, can you come up with some words to explain this?
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
we are providing SAP end-to-end implementation project training in S/4HANA based on the Activate methodology. Then we are supporting like support projects also. We are providing P4, P3, P2, P1 level of tickets and ticketing tool training also will be provided by us. Then rollout project and migration project training also will be provided by us. And we are exclusively giving project manager training in agile methodology, and we are providing solution architect level training also for the experienced professionals. Here you will get hands-on experience, internship program, real-time project exposure, and job-oriented training.
Yeah. Thank you, Srikant, sir, for that. So, so here the benefits are the hands-on experience. Here you are going to work on the real-time project exposure. So you are going to prepare all the deliverables um, which we are doing in the real-time projects. So that will be helpful to get the exposure. Um, and so, like we are moving into the project
Yeah, one
here.
second. Here,
Yeah, sir.
just a second. So here, in addition to that, implementation projects, moreover now the industry they are expecting implementation project experience. So nowadays ECC to SAP S/4HANA migration is going on. There are so many implementation also going on. There is no SAP ECC. So now the 90 percentage of projects, it's a greenfield implementations. So that is what we are going to give the demo session about the greenfield end-to-end implementation project, but along with other project also, support project, rollout project, migration, as well as the solution architect also. Okay, so the upcoming sessions, I mean, the slides they explain about the activate methodology and how many phases are there. As a consultant, what you are going to deliver in the implementation project. Okay. So, I just click on hide option. So Google stop sharing is done. Click on
Okay.
hide option. Hide. Next.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dhanush, for adding some more points. And so we are moving into the implementation project as we are using Activate methodology. So Kanimoli is here to present the Activate methodology. Kanimori?
Yeah. Hi, Purnima. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take over.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So hi all. I'm Kadimali, an SAP consultant. So hope you're all doing good. And I'm happy that you are all chosen your career on SAP and on pursuing further in this industry. All the best for your career, everyone. Welcome you all once again. So, in our project, so how we are going to explain is like in our project, we are using Activate methodology. So, a brief introduction about an Activate methodology is like, so why we are using Activate methodology in SAP is, you know, we have an approach called Agile approach. Agile approach and iterative method will be followed in this Activate methodology. And also, we can tell it as a positive feel like we have the fit to standard is there. The fit standard is like already predefined every the business process already will be there in the standard one. So we are, the customization level will be minimized in this Activate methodology. So that's why we are using this Activate methodology. Also, the Activate methodology mainly focuses on S4 HANA, and in all the applicability will be on on-premise, cloud, hybrid. Every ERPs are focused on this. Okay, that's why we are using Activate methodology here. So let us move on to the phases which involves. Like in Activate methodology, we have 6 phases which was listed down here. Discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. These are the 6 phases. Okay, so in every single phases, you'll have to deliver a few deliverables. So let me explain like what are all the deliverables that involves, what are all the documentations, and how you are going to prepare, what all the contents that are supposed to be there. Everything will be discussed here. Can you just move on to the next slide?
Yep.
So the first phase is the discover phase. So the discover phase is like we are discovering about the client's business. So what we'll do is like in a workshop, so we'll have the persons involved like the solution architects, the senior consultants, business analysts, um, from our organization will be involved, and from the client side the core team members and the end users, everyone from the client side will be involved in this workshop. So what they'll be doing is like they'll be gathering the information about the client's business and what are the client's business process they were following, all the organization structures, everything will be gathered, and that will be documented in the scope document. So how does that happens is like by questionnaires. So our senior consultants will have a few questionnaires will be prepared, and that will be given to the core team members. So based on that questionnaires, the answers will be prepared, and all the informations will be gathered, and this document will be prepared. So now this document contains all the information about the client. Every module specific details, everything that about the client will be there in the scope document. Okay, so now please move on to the next slide. So this is the second phase, that is prepare phase. So as of now we have prepared the scope document. Scope document is nothing but the information about the client. Right. So now, in this prepare phase, what we'll do is like initially the project organization structure will be finalized. Organization structure in the sense, who are all the, persons that are going to involve in that project? Like who will be the PMO, who will be the Scrum Master, how many Scrum Masters are going to be there, and how many senior consultants in module specific persons are going to involve, how many functional consultants, who are all the persons, everything will be finalized here, and that structure will be framed here first initially. So then we'll have a kickoff meeting with the client, okay, where we'll have an introduction of the client and with our internal team members. So an introduction session will be there in that kickoff meeting. That will happen. So then after that, we have one deliverable in this prepare phase, that is the business process map list, BPML. So in discover phase we have one document, that is scope document, and in prepare phase we have another a deliverable, that is the BPML. So what is this BPML is all about is like based on the scope document which contains about the client's business process, we are going to map the client's business process with the standard business process which is already there in the SAP. Right. So this is one of the sample SD modules business process map list. So if you go see in the column D, they have listed down some of the standard business process that are available in SD modules. Okay. So with that, in row one, they have maintained some of the divisions that involves in our clients. Okay, based on that, they are mapping the standard business process with the client's business process. So how do we get these client's business process? Is that from the scope document, we'll analyze that this is the client's business process. So that with that, we'll be mapping it to the standard one. Okay. And this is one of the deliverable. So this after that we'll have we'll be sharing it to the client and we'll get an approval that whether whichever BPML, that is business process that we have found out in the BPML, is relevant to the client's business. So if it is right, then we'll be moving on. The milestone will be completed and the approval will get the approval from the client. So that we can move
Okay.
on to the next phase.
1 second. So here actually preparation phase, the agenda is, there is a BPML, right? So she has very clearly explained about the BPML. It's nothing but business process. So every module there are, we know the MM module is, we know the P2P process, SD module, we know O2C process. So every module minimum 10 to 15 business process are there. But are we going to implement all the 15 process in the client? No. So how you will identify? Already we have the scope document. So based on the scope document, we are going to prepare the BPML. So in the BPML, we are going to identify based on the divisions. So let's say 10 divisions. So what are the process, which division they are going to follow. So that we need to maintain, that we need to demonstrate to the customer. Finally, we have to get the approval. So that is the the key deliverable for business process master list. So thanks. Uh, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for adding up. Yeah. So once the approval is we got an approval from the client. So now we are moving on to the third phase, that is the explore phase. So in this explore phase, we'll be having four different deliverables that have to be given. So the first one is the fit to standard that will be based on the SAP best practices, and the next one is gap analysis. And the third one is the blueprint. And finally, we'll be having the KDS. So these are the four deliverables that we are going to deliver in this explore phase. So let me explain what is fit to standard. So in this activate methodology, this is, the main thing that we are using activate methodology is like we are having a best practices here where the predefined, the overviews and the flow diagrams, that is flow charts, and what is the business benefits, and, who are all the roles and authorization persons who are going to involve in that business process. Everything will be predefined one which is already available in the SAP community. Okay, so what we'll be doing in this fit to standard is like, so we have find it out like we as Dhanu sir have told, like in respect to in SD module, if we have 30 business standard business process, we have find it out 15 business process that was carried out by the client's business. So for that respect to every single business process, we are supposed to have presentation that has to be given to the client. So in that presentation, we should have to present something about the overview of the business process and the business benefits and the roles and authorization person who are going to involve and the flow charts and the key process steps that involves in that business process. For every single business process, for example, 15 business process, we have to present all the business process and have to clarify everything with the client. So based on the best practice, which is already a predefined one, all these data, that is all the information will be take from the best practices and we'll be feeding it to the presentation. And we'll, explain it to the client and make sure all the, roles and authorization person, flow chart, everything is up to their expectation. Okay, now we have, tried to fit it to the standard one, which is already available in the SAP. So apart from that, if client needs some other customization, so apart from the standard one, if client needs any customization on the rise of objects, rise of object is nothing but something about the forms, reports, interface, conversion, enhancements, workflows. These are all the ABAP objects. Okay, we'll see in depth in our project, while we are doing in project, we'll get to know what we are doing in that project. So within this object only, the gaps will be comes under to the picture. So what the gap analysis is like, what are all the business requirements? So client, come up with some other customization. Based on the client's needs, we'll do some customization for the client. So that all requirements will be mapped, and we'll be listing down all the business requirement. And for that business requirement, we'll prepare a functional specification. So the functional specification is nothing but which consists of functional logics where SAP tables will be involved. Okay. So it consists of the technical names so that the above technical consultant can understand that functional specification based on the business requirement. So they will come up with the solution for the customization that we are going to give it to the client. Okay. So these customization will be based on the objects, that is rise of object. Okay. And then finally, once the customization is also done, we'll be moving on to the blueprint. So the business blueprint is nothing but, so for whatever we have done, we have finded out the business process, client's business process, and all the predefined, that is overview of the business process, flow charts, and the roles and authorization persons, what are the key process flow, everything will be there in this blueprint. So the contents that are supposed to be there in the blueprint is like the organization elements. What are all the organization elements that involves, and what are all the master datas, and along with that, the business process that you have finded out, and all the flow charts or roles and authorization persons. And next to that, what are all the gaps that you have identified? What was the solution that you have given? And the layouts. So if you have any layouts for the forms that you have customized, so for whatever you're done, that will be consolidated and it will be maintained in a document. That is the blueprint. So in this blueprint, we'll be referring it, which is something more related to the scope document. Okay. Yeah. So this is, the blueprint. So here, the purpose will be there, the enterprise structure. So here in this enterprise structure, what you'll be doing is like the naming conventions and the descriptions of all the organization elements that you've found it out in the scope document. You'll be listing down. Just scroll down, Purnima, so that you can see the elements. Yeah. So this is, some of the naming conventions that we are going to give. So all these has to be maintained here. So when we are configuring this, this is just a plan. So while doing your configurations, what type of naming conventions you are going to give in that descriptions and in those elements, like, the payment terms, incoterms, in BP creations, vendor master data, customer master data, those everything, customer groups, everything, and even the number ranges, everything, what are all the naming conventions and the descriptions that you're going to do in this config in your configuration part, that will be designed in this blueprint. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. So whichever, similarly, whichever you have listed down in this blueprint, you're doing it in an Excel sheet. Same organization elements, you'll be, mapping it in an Excel sheet, so that with that Excel sheet, you can, do the configurations. So all the organization elements, naming conventions, and the descriptions will be maintained in that KDS for doing your configuration. So based on the KDS, you'll start doing your configurations. So here, as I told, we have 4 deliverables that I have explained. So apart from that, we'll have the data migration approach. So how we are going to approach in that data migrations, what is the strategy that we are going to give. All these will be planned in this phase. Okay, authorization roles and assignments, everything will be mapped here. And finally, we'll have a, once the KDS and blueprint is finalized, we'll have, have a sign off with the client, and this milestone will be completed.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. So here the agenda for
Yes.
explore phase is nothing but sign off the business blueprint. So because actually we are a consultant, so now you can say that you are a trainee. Maybe you are MMSD, FI, EWM, and PPQM trainee. But your role is tomorrow if you want to become a consultant, and you should have the experience of business blueprint. So before delivering the business blueprint, you should know what is fit to standard. You should know what is fit gap actually. Fit to standard means SAP best practices we are implementing. The client is accepting the process. But where is fit gap is, let's say project system is there. While planning the project cost, there is some cost, but after while executing the time, 30% steel price is price is increased. But now their system is there is no any privilege to change the 30% of the current price. So there is a gap. Now we need to customize the system. So this is fit gap. So now this kind of business process has to be identified, and we have to demonstrate it, and so that the business blueprint will get signed off from the customer. So the rising point of view also the forms, reports, interface enhancements, and the conversion. So this rising object is nothing but SAP they have provided. Whether this kind of technical object is a forms, whether it is a report changes, or whether it is a enhancements, or whether it is any kind of conversion, uploading the master data. So there are six type of RISE object also she has explained. So another thing that is a roles and authorization. Roles and authorization is nothing but end user. Your module, there are multiple departments is there. So every department group of team members they are working. So we need to provide the roles and authorization. So that has to be tested by consultant first. Then we need to ask the user to execute the UAT. So UAT purpose we have the roles and authorization. Okay, so then once everything is completed, then the queue get sign up will happen. The PMO will, project managers will get signed up, then they will release the payment. So that activities will be completed. So this is about the explore. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So now we are into the fourth phase, that is the realize phase. So as of now, we have done with the KDS. So we have planned that what we are going to do in our configurations. So based on the planning, that is based on the KDS, we'll start doing a configuration in our SAP system. Okay. So along with that, we'll also will deliver one deliverable called configuration document. So whatever configurations we are doing, everything will be documented, and that document will also be delivered. Okay, so once the configuration is done, okay, we'll have a show and tell session. So what we'll be doing in that show and tell session, like the client, the core team members and also the internal, consultants, that is senior consultants or associate consultants will be involved in this show and tell session. So they'll try to implement any of the business process that they have find it out. For example, any order to cash process or procure to pay process from them. So likewise, they'll execute some business process and they'll be show and they'll tell that this is how the SAP system works. Then this is how the inputs that you're going to give. This is what the final end results that will be finalized. Everything will be discussed there in that show and tell session. Okay. So once that is, over, so we'll have, preliminary cutover plan will be planned here. So, maybe 20% of, the preliminary cutover, that is data migration will happen here. So then we'll have, the testing phase will be involved here. So once the configuration is over, we'll have the testings like where we have three different testings. So one is the unit testing and SIT is the system integration testing. And then the third one is the user acceptance testing. So, what is the unit testing is like the module specific configurations that we have configured, we are going to test that alone. So, in respect to SD, what are all the configuration you have made? So you are going to test that. So in FICO, what are all the configurations you had? Those business steps alone, you're going to, you know, execute and going to test all those business steps that involves in your business process. So respectively, in SIT, that is system integration testing, cross-module business process, or when you have any other integration with other modules comes in your business process, those business process will be testing in that SIT. So, for example, if in SD you have the customer sales with the down payment. So what where SD and FICO is integrated. So these are some of the cross-module integration business process like third-party business processes there and make to order process from PP. So likewise, all these business process will be tested in this SIT. Okay, and then we will be um, end user training will be given. Okay, so end user is like from the client side, who is going to be the end user, that training will be given, and the user acceptance testing will be done by the end user. So who are all the core user, they'll test the business process that we have found out. All the business process from every single module, they'll be testing in this UAT, user acceptance testing. So then all if everything is the testing is over, we'll have a sign off and we'll have this milestone completed in this realize phase.
Yeah, yeah. So here actually that that ultimate the delivery of the realization phases. So we have to complete our configuration based on the KDS. So you prepare the KDS document here. So because the implementation project, everything is a deliverable. You can say that I already completed my module, but project what we will do. So project is configuration is one of the deliverable. So like that, preparation of KDS is another deliverable. Configuration, preparing the test scripts, preparing the unit testing test scripts, preparing the integration test script, preparing the user acceptance testing test scripts. So then end user training document you have to prepare. Then you have to give a end user training you have to train the end user. So finally you have to prepare the UAT, user acceptance testing in quality server. Then before that, that roles and authorization, everything you have to be created. Then you have to get the sign off from the user. So then only the Q gate will be signed off. Okay. So the before UAT, so what all the activity you have to perform. See, whatever we are discussing here, this activity you will be doing in the implementation project. Even whatever the project currently Mara Technologies they are doing, so these activities they are doing. So they are preparing the KDS, they are preparing the show and tell session. Whatever the configurations they have completed, they have to demonstrating to the customer in front of everyone. And then we have to plan about like a unit testing, integration testing, user acceptance testing, test scripts has to be prepared. Then you have to execute all the business process. Then you have to update the document number. Okay, this process I have already I executed. These are all the testing documents. So then you have to prepare the user acceptance testing. So that is more important actually. So the ultimate deliverable is like a UAT. So all the end user has to be trained off. So the end user has to execute the business process and he have to mention that yes, this process is executed. I signed up the process. So then only the Q gate will be completed. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As Danu sir, I'm told in the realize phase, we are supposed to have two different deliverables. The one is the configuration document, and the next one is the test script. So in that test scripts, you have three different test scripts as Danu sir have told. So that is more important here. Okay. Then after that, to get sign off, we'll be moving on to the deploy phase. So in this deploy phase, we'll have the final cutover plan. So how long, how many days will it take to migrate the data from the legacy system to the SAP system. So that plan will be, finalized in this phase, and the data migration production cutover will be takes place. So to the production system, the migration will be takes place. Okay, and a pre-go live will check. So once all the data that is in landscape, all the data from the quality system to the production system is that is pre-production system. We have moved all the information. We'll have go live. That is pre-go live will be there. So where whichever business process that we have finalized, all the business process will be tested here in this pre-go live also. That is in pre-production system, pre-go live will takes place. Okay, and then we'll have a sign off on this.
Okay. So here, that output of the deployment phase. So mostly it's the data. It's a depend on the, based on the data here. So cutover plan is nothing but cutover activities. So every module there is a master data. Talk about material management, like we have material master, vendor master, purchasing info records, source list, quota arrangement, service master, open purchase order, open contract, open scheduling agreement. Same thing, customer master, price, condition record, open sales order. So like that, we have talked about like FICO also, vendor master, customer master, GL master, bank master, vendor opening balance, customer opening balance, bank opening balance, GL opening balance. So these are all the data will be there, because last 15 years, 20 years, they are using, maybe Oracle or some different ERP. They have a data. The data will be in a transaction data or data in a master data format. So now how we can able to prepare the cutover data in SAP? Now those data base system, they are not do copy paste. That is not possible. Okay. So now there is a new data structure. New data structure is there. We cannot directly copy paste in table also. But SAP, they have provided that is a data migration. Okay, there is a data migration. So we call as a LTMC, migration cockpit tool. So using the tool, you can download the template, and you have to upload all the data, either master data or transaction data, whatever I have discussed module wise. That data we need to upload into SAP. That is called migration cockpit. Okay, so this cutover plan has to be planned. Cutover, there are two different cutover. One is production cutover activities, another one is production cutover activities. Why there are two different cutover activities? So before build the building, so first we are the layout, we are designing the layout, right? So that is what the preliminary cutover activities. So what they are going to do in pre-production server, whatever the data currently they have, material master, vendor master, info record, all the master data from all the modules, they are going to be uploaded. So then as a consultant, the same exposure you are getting here. See here, whatever I'm telling is not a story. Those activities you guys are going to do it in this implementation project. Okay. So you will be uploading. So then you have to get the sign off. Okay, I have uploaded as per the data. So now what is the next level? Next, you have to go for the production cutover activities. So what is production cutover activities? In production server, the same data, there are 60,000 material master, there are 7,000 vendor master, there are 12,000 customer master. So now these master data to be uploaded in production system. Okay, so these data to be uploaded in the production system. So before uploading in production system, you should get the confirmation. So that is called as a preliminary cutover activities. So that should be happening in pre-production server. So then production cutover activities, so that will be happening in the production server. Okay, so then the once this data is uploaded, so then we have the pre-go live check. Pre-go live check is nothing but whether your production server, we have to check the feasibility, right? Basis consultant, we have to make sure before start the release the car from the showroom. So what are the preliminary check they used to do? So the same way, like even before as a consultant also, I'm a MM consultant, I'm a SD consultant, I'm a PS consultant. So whether all my number ranges is configured, because in production any server number ranges is not movable. So you have to directly log into this particular client, whether pre-production or production, you have to set the number ranges also, right? So like that, then the characteristics creation, then class creation. So there are maybe some kind of custom map in that, the SM30, the variance creation. So these are all cannot be moved. So this variance creation, everything has to be logged in. You have to, we have to maintain so that the particular program will work. Otherwise, it will go down if you do some customizations. Okay. So this kind of activity, the pre-go live activity has to be done. So after that, only the queue gate sign up will be completed. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we are in the sixth phase, that is the final phase, that is run phase here. So what we'll be doing in this run phase is like we'll resolve and close what are all the open issues that are there in the configurations. Okay. The first thing that we'll do is we resolve all the open issues, and then we'll provide the technical and functional specifications that we have prepared. The gap while we are doing in the fit gap analysis, we provided some functional specifications, right? Likewise, the ABAP consultant, the technical consultant, will also have some technical specifications. All those will be, given to the client. And along with that, we'll, provide the user manuals. So for all the business process in respect to the end user perspective, in end user perspective, all the process steps and everything will be there in that user manuals, how to accomplish that business process. So what are the T codes and how to execute that business process, what are the inputs that you're going to give, all the informations for the end user will be given in this user manual. That will be handed over to the client, and then we'll have a sign off. Okay,
Okay.
so
So the run phase mainly, this is like a support activity, hypercare support. So once the go live is happened, immediately, there are 100 per day, 100 tickets will happen. My material couldn't able to create it. My sales order have the issue. My delivery, there is a GL account is not mapped. Like that, there are so many errors will rise. Okay, so those things until we have to close the, we have to close those open issues. And if there is any configuration is required, that has to be done. Then that has to TR will be created. Then you have to get the UAT approval sign up. Then it will goes to production. Okay, so then other deliverable document. Okay, so here the run phases, suppose TCS is implementing the project, they will say that, okay, boss, your blueprint is deliverable. Yes. So then configuration document is deliverable. Then all the functional specification is deliverable. All the technical specification is deliverable. User manual document is deliverable. End user training document is deliverable. So whatever the end user training you are giving to client, everything has to be recorded. So these are all the deliverables, they will say that, okay, these are all delivered to client. So once project is get signed off, project is get, done, like, go live. So immediately we have to hand over all the document. Maybe 1 month they have a hypercare support, or some of the project 3 months hypercare support. So during the period you have to close, because as per the agreement, you have to hand over all the documents. Okay, so these are all the deliverable document. If you are working in Accenture or IBM, the same document you are also will be preparing in our implementation project. Okay, yeah, thanks.
yeah, thank you, sir. So as Ganesh sir, I've told, these are all some of the deliverables that you're going to, provide, and let me summarize like what are all the deliverables that involve in every single phase. Um, so just move on to the first activate methodology slide of it.
I think we have very less time. We can move ahead now, Purnima or Kanimali. I think
Sorry, sir.
we have very limited time.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure,
fine,
sir.
sir.
We'll
Fine.
move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then we will move on to yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Kanimuri. So now, can we have Savita to explain?
Yeah, thank you, Kanimali. Apart from which we discussed earlier by our internal team members, we are also providing the sum of information regarding SAP tables, functional specifications on the workflow, reports, interface, conversion, enhancement, forms object. And also we are supporting you on the resume preparation and mock interviews, sample interview questions also we will share. Support tickets and how to resolve the tickets guidance will be given. We are also guiding how to access the supporting tools like Jira. Module specification, business process, and integration of business process, like how the modules are integrated with each other, like FIMM, FISG, SGMM, SGPP. Okay. After the project completion, you have an explosion of SAP implementation project and how it's worked in the real time. You can protect yourself as an 3 years experienced consultant. Next slide. Yeah. Our next project commences on September 18th. We are having two different slots, 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. IST. Make sure your availability for the respective time slots. Take your wise decision on this professional development. Thank you.
Thank you, Savita. It's actually, we have dropped the form in the. Okay, so I'm still presenting. So actually, we have.
Yeah, we have a questionnaire sessions for next maybe 10-15 minutes.
Sure,
So
sir.
one by one, whatever the questions they have, they can maybe they can text or they can ask the questions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. So before that, we have dropped the form, Google form in the chat box. Yes, yeah, someone is asking fee structures. You just contact our internal team. They'll be helping you out for the fee structures and some more queries. And you just fill the forms which we have dropped in the chat box. So I hope you got your answer.
Yeah, yeah. So, team, could you please ask your questions one by one? So, because this is not for just for coming and attending. So, this is for your career. So, this demo is completely free for you guys. And whatever questions you have, maybe whatever country you are, and how this implementation project is going to change your career, and and what about your skill set, and whatever the queries that you have, please raise. So, we have 15 minutes, 20 minutes time we have. So, we will have a discussion with your queries now. Yeah, please.
Hi, Shrikant. Thank you for the interpretation, and Purnima, you as well. I'm Hitesh, and
Yeah, Hitesh.
hi, I'm based out of Mumbai. Currently into SAP practice from almost 5 to 6 years, and I have fundamental knowledge of how the modules are being implemented and how the project is carried away. Brown, green, blue field, etc., etc.
Yeah.
My question to you is first, do you provide like a certification from Myra when we are through with this project training? Second, I heard Shrikant mentioning about test scripts that are undertaken into UAT and SIT. Shrikant, those test scripts are also downloadable by any chance from the migration cockpit that we have been set up by SAP? Just these two questions, please. Do you got my question? Should I repeat it again?
Yeah, I got a question. So, Danusa,
Yeah, sorry, Purnima. Could you please rephrase once again?
so actually he is asking for some certifications after the completion of project training. So if we are providing a certification or
Okay,
not, and
yeah, that's it. Okay, that's the first question. Okay, second one.
yep. So second one, he is asking for the test scripts. So in the real-time scenarios, what are the test scripts they are using, like so
Hmm.
ALM test scripts or some other test scripts
Yeah.
are there.
Okay.
So he's asking about the test scripts.
Scripts on. Okay. Okay. You are into which module? Yes.
So, sir, basically, I am a functional consultant, you can call, or maybe business analyst. I've not got into end-to-end project integration and
Which
implementation yet.
module? You belongs to which module?
No, no, sir, I'm saying I have thorough knowledge of all the modules from the awareness perspective, but implementation I have not worked yet, and hence I was willing to change my
Okay.
stream to a core development or
Okay. See,
maybe
first of
project
all,
management.
okay. See,
Yeah.
okay. You are into for project management, so you didn't have the opportunity to work with any single module. Okay. See, in currently Mara Technologies, yes, we do. There are two different. Suppose you can work as a module specific, consultant specific role. Second one is like a PMO role also, project management, organization, like how they are going to do. So the same project you can also execute. So that exposure also will be getting here. But either you can select one of the module, and we provides that particular module enough training. Then generally we will not give training, but now most of them they are joining as a project, but they don't have, out of 10 they have 3 or 3.5, even not even 3. So we again train them, give a configuration training. So then again they are putting into the level 2 implementation project. So that training we are going to give you. And your first question, so related to if I provide, I'm not a SAP Group certificate, so I can give you the certification. Mara Technologies, confirm that Hitesh have 6 months on the job supporting the project management. I will give the certification. But this certification, it is valid for any company to do actually, but SAP Global certificate is valid. That you know very well. So that is the test script. We are asking the test script. So test script actually,
Shrikant, your voice is not audible. It's breaking actually. I'm sorry to interrupt. All
okay.
I could understood is you provide the Myra training certification, stating that I am aware of these knowledges and implementation project with IBM Activate methodology concept. but not the actual SAP certification, right?
Yeah, because we are not, yeah, we are not SAP global channel
Got
partner.
it. Got
So
it.
that
Got it.
certificate we cannot provide.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thanks,
Makes
thanks.
sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So team, whoever is not filled that certification, I mean the form. So maybe most of them attended the demo session. Maybe you have some comments. So we already shared the Google form. So please fill the Google form simultaneously. So definitely we know we will ask everyone questions. We will clarify. Maybe if it takes another 20 minutes or 30 minutes also. Don't worry. So try to fill all fill the Google forms with your interest. So what you have, your feedback and everything. So anybody have any questions, please raise your hand one by one. So or even text in that chat box also, that is really helpful for everyone. Or you can raise your hand and we will have a discussion.
Yes, sir. Hi, this is Mohan. Hello.
Yeah,
Am I audible?
go ahead, yes.
Yeah.
Please
So
raise your
my
hand and you can go ahead. Yeah, because
yes, my question is like so. In this session, like 3-4 people were involved in explaining the scenario and about the entire training. So who are all will be explaining all those
yeah.
things? So who will be
Okay.
taking care
Okay.
of all these things?
Okay. What is you're in which module, Mohan?
SAP MM.
You're in TMM. See, actually, we have module. We have a consultant for all the module. Okay, so they will take care. Once the project is started, there is a pre-project deliverables. So pre-project deliverable is nothing but they will provide 10 process in MMP2B process. Whether you can able to configure it, whether you can able to execute the process in the server. As a consultant, any server you need to configure, you have to execute in SAP, right? So that is the first to over 1 week activity they will give as a pre-project deliverable. So for that you will stack up. So definitely you already learn from any other trainer, or you learn from your own tooling. I mean YouTube's also. Definitely you will stack up. So those kind of guidelines and everything will be taken care by our internal consultant. So we have our own all the module internal consultant. So they will take care of you in all the way of the project, the 50 days project deliverables. So from day one to till end, even that from discover phase to till that run and support project level. So they will take care of you. Okay, you take any specific questions in the subject point of view also, no issues. So we have individual module consultants, so they will take care of you.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Mohan.
Hello, Dhanush. This is Mitesh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I have one confusion. You are you are giving training to MM, SD, EWM, all. I'm going to take a EWM.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know that you are giving training to simultaneously all the modules people's in a one class, or EWM differently,
Here,
SD
like,
differently, or
how, see what happened. Now, the project session we have morning or evening. So that is 1 hour stand-up meeting will be there. Okay. So during the stand-up meeting, they will update you, face by face, what are the status, whether they will discuss you and they will give you the things you have to prepare and you have to demonstrate. It's a stand-up meeting, maybe it is 1 hour. After that, we will arrange the consultant. So the consultant will be available morning from 9:30 to till 6:30 or 5:30. So during the time, again, you have to connect with them actually. Okay, the project meeting during the 1 hour, we are not going to teach you ABCD. So from there, it's a meeting point of view, updates will be there, and global template will be shared. We will discuss about that, and you have to give a presentations during that project meeting there. And the other time only you have to connect with our trainer, and they will teach you that if you have stuck up something, then they will assist you. Okay.
okay. So during day and after our session, we can ask them.
Yeah, you can connect. You can connect with them. See, they will be available full time. Not only immediately another 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they will be available full time. But better just check with their availability of the time. Maybe 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Maybe they are not possible. So you can. They will help you at any time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So team, anybody have any doubts? We have almost 1 hour completed, and most of them, I hope they already filled the Google form also. I believe that this end-to-end implementation project is going to helpful for your career to choose this implementation project. Most of the, even I could see that most of them says that I already joined 2 implementation project, 3 implementation project, but nobody is giving the project like with you, because we are not today, we are not started yesterday, we are not more than 10 years we are in the field actually. So we have started more than 7,000 plus. We are not counted exactly. I can say more than that. People we trained, they certified. They paid 4 lakhs rupees that time. I'm telling about more than 10 years before story. They paid more than that time, more than 4 lakhs also, 4 to 5 lakhs that time. They paid the fee, paid, and they get the certification. They will join with us for the implementation project. We will carry them to go to that the company. We will make all the module, we'll put it into project, then we will the same kind of exposure we are executing more than 10 years. Okay, so this is not whatever we are executing here, it's not a theoretical kind of a PPT. These are all deliverable. Every phase by phase, as a consultant, you are going to prepare the Word document, PPT document, Excel document as a deliverable. This document only client said DCS is delivering, Accenture is delivering. The same deliverable you are getting here also. Only thing is, here within 50 days we are completing the project. So this implementation project, very shortcut way you can jump into, sit into the consultant position in any of the MNC company. I can assure that. Okay, so thank you so much, people who are joined this a weekend session. Today is Saturday, so most of them, almost 33 members are joined actually. Thank you so much, and most of them you already filled the Google form, and who are all not filled, maybe you just just text with our team. They will ready to help you, and already you have given Srikanth number is given. Could you just yeah, Srikanth number is also given here. So Srikanth will be available if you are not, if he is not taking the call today, he will call you tomorrow, and just register with him for the you can register for the current projects. So we have morning and evening batches is available for September month, and already they have given timing and everything. So just think about your career. This amount is not a big this this career point of view. I'm telling that, so we are not investing 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs for the global certification kind of things. I know most of them they have invested, but this is only for change your career, right? You want to go into next level. You should not be in the same position. You need to move in, because the industry, the HR team, they are expecting to have a S4 HANA implementation project experience. So how we can able to get the implementation project experience until the company recruit you? Even company recruit you also, they will not put you directly in the implementation projects. You need to come after 3 years, 4 years. I know more than people are working 7 years, 8 years. Still, they are not getting any kind of implementation project experience. Those kind of 8 years experience consultant, they are coming for training, for implementation project training with us. That is also happening. Will happen, because TCS kind of company, they will serve you like that. Anyway, so thank you so much from everyone, and I think
Hello, sir. I have one just a small doubt.
yeah, go ahead.
Hello,
Yes, Basavaraj, go ahead.
sir. I just want to know that what the average salary can average salary can SAP consultant expect in India, sir?
Okay, see, average
Maximum
salary,
highest salary.
yeah. See, based on your experience only, your profile only. Okay, see, even I think Srikanth will explain in our team members how much minimum, maximum, how much they got it. Srikanth, could you please guide his query?
See, minimum 8 lakhs, maximum they got 26 lakhs.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
It depends upon their knowledge. You can ping me, I will guide you regarding this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Srikanth, anybody is waiting? I mean, shall we wait some time, or whether we'll wind up the session?
We can complete it. We can finish this.
Okay. Tim, I hope everyone questions is answered. And still, if you have any questions, already we given the number. His name is Srikanth. His full time is available. Okay, he will help you. He is in charge of all the project, take over and anything, and even for joining the project and everything, he will help you. And be in touch with him. And thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.